So we said this midah is called mishpat. Oh, we're in Chavtet at the top, right?
On the bottom.
And the bottom in Chavtet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one about this one?
Yeah. Are we on? You're real. I said a bracha before, if you're wondering. ולפי שהמידה הזאת, since this midah, he beit din shel Israel, which midah? This whole shiur was about the last letter Hey, which is midat hamal chut. So since midat hamal chut is also called the beit din of Israel, v'hi hanokemet nikmatam, and she exacts their revenge, nikret b'kol Torah ani. And the whole Torah, when you see the word ani, im alef, that's midat hamal chut. Why? Because ani, aleph nun yud, is the acronym of El Nekamot Hashem. And since the malchut is the one exacting revenge, El Nekamot Hashem, aleph nun yud, is going to be ani, I. So therefore, I always say we see a sod in our generation that all the last birurim, all the last sparks are coming out, which is the malchut sparks. Why? iPod, iPhone, iPad, iWatch, iMac. It's the I. Everything is the malchut today. You feel me? You feeling the hidush? The quasi hidush? You feeling it? Unbelievable. The Kama Pamim Mazher Israel. So many times this Midah Gavriel is warning Am Israel. Shelo yichteu, not to do averot, not to be a letz, as we learned today what a real letz is. Ubemoshav letzim lo yashav. V'shiyir'u la'amod ledin lefanea, be very careful not to go in the din in front of it. You're never going to come out innocent. The malachut could always find something to clean up over there.
Not do what?
Don't go in front of the malachut thinking you're going to come out easy, shmeezy.
How would go in?
Knowing that you're going to come out guilty.
How would go in?
Don't go in. Don't go in.
What's the example? How would going in?
Don't say that the malachut will do my din for me. Huh? Exactly. We do what we're talking about in Shabbat. Hashem Yishpot. What was the previous name of the Malchut? Mishpat. Wow, you connected it good. Hashem Yishpot beini ubeinecha. At the end, she came out the one that lost. V'azeh ne'emar Gavriel. Okay, but she could have
life,
she could have lived another 50 years like Avraham Avinu. No, but Chachamim say that she died, one of the reasons because she asked Hashem to judge between them. מיכל, אין לך ספר. זה טוב להסתכל בתוך הספר, זה מתקן את העיניים. When you look inside the ספר, it's מתקן את העיניים. ואז זה נאמר בכל מקום לתורה, it says, ויראת מאלוקיך, אני השם. Why does the pasuk always says you should fear Hashem? I am God. This is you should fear Hashem. Why should you should fear Hashem? I am Hashem. Because which midah you have to fear? Malchut. That's your wife.
Where's the fear them?
You're never going to come out innocent.
That's true.
That's exactly what we just said. כלומר, יש לך לירה ולפחד מן הדין שלי. You should fear my din. Rosh Hashanah is coming. זה תחילת מעשיך. ואף על פי שהוא דין מוערך, even though there is רחמים inside the din, מיכאל. ועל יסוד זה נאמר, אם תלכו עמי בקרי. That's why Hashem in Parashat Bechukotay says, if you go with me bekeri. What's bekeri? Been a coincidence. As if it's a coincidence. והלכתי אני עמכם אף בחמת קרי. I'll go with you also bekeri. Then what does the pasuk says? ויסרתי אתכם אף. What word? אני. I will exact revenge. Who's I? With Sfira? Malchut. Uma Shemar, why did it say Sheva al Chatotechem? Hashem is going to give 7 times, because which Sfira is the Malchut? The 7. Rabbi Yosef, Chikari. Never fails. Never fails. Lefi Shezot Hamida, why? Because this Midah is also called Be'er Sheva. The 7th well.
Why did we say Sheva and Shava?
How does the Yisod balance out?
That's a Digdu question.
Rabbi?
Huh?
How does the Yisod balance out the Malchut?
We didn't get to Yesod yet. We're still in Malchut.
I know.
To get to Yesod, we have another, I'll tell you, it's not good to look ahead. We have exactly another 26 pages to get to Malchut. Listen, it took my Rebbe 20 years to do Etz HaChaim with his class. If it takes you a year or two to do Sharei, it's not a problem. Listen, if we do this twice a week, it would be different, but we do it once a week. But the power of Sharei Orah, I'm telling you right now, if you learn this book in Olam Haba, you're in a good place. You're in a very good place. So what's this Sfira also called? Be'er Sheva. And remember when Abraham fought with Avimelech, how many sheep he brought in front of Avimelech? 7. He was fighting with Avimelech. The Midat HaMalchut was on his side, Gabriel. That's the number 7. And that's what we didn't explain in the Shi'ur. That's the secret of Shabbat. Teshuvah is Otiyot Shabbat. Shabbat is the 7th day of the week. It's the Malchut. And the last Hey is also the Malchut. So the whole point of Teshuvah is to return the letter Hey to Bechinat HaShabbat. And Shabbat, exactly. And Shabbat is the greatest koach to do Teshuvah.
So Yom Kippur is also Malchut?
Exactly. Yom Kippur is Bechinat Malchut when it goes up to Binah.
You said you don't do Jew on Shabbat.
You're not allowed to say sorry, I did Averot on Shabbat. But Tshuva doesn't mean to say sorry. Tshuva over here means to return the letter Hey to its rightful place.
Oh, you can't say sorry on Shabbat?
You're not allowed to say Chatati Aviti Pashat.
No, by yourself.
Yeah, you could do it. It's fine. V'yesh ba be'erot melot pachad ugvura. All the wells that are connected to Sfirat HaMalchut is full of pachad. Pachad being fear, ugvura, strength. V'din v'hem be'erot Yitzchak. That's why they're called the wells of Yitzchak. And who built those wells? Eliezer. God bless you. So the Be'erot of Yitzchak, the wells of Isaac, that means, and he went up from Be'er Sheva. Who went up from Be'er Sheva? Yitzchak. Because Yitzchak, hu ha-moshech. Yitzchak is the father. He's the ruler of Midat Amonai, of the Midah of Aleph Dalet Nun Yud Hadinim, which break into 7 different rivers, Nechalim, or those 7 rivers being the 7 Midot of the Malchut, Be'er Sheva, because it's the 7th Sfirah from Chesed until Malchut. Because the Malchut, once again, we learned, is the Yam that takes from all the Midot. So everything, all 6, go to the Yesod, and the Yesod gives everything to the Malchut. In the human, in the Nimshal, Malchut would be your wife.
No, but in the body.
There is no. It's your wife.
Oh, it's the last
Yeah. It's the last pasuk. It's the last Sfirah, which is your wife. That's why you're not complete. Because you have 9 Sfirot inside of you, but you're not complete until you get your Malchut. That's what the Chachayim didn't care who they would marry. As long as she kept Shabbat and mitzvot, she was a good girl, I need to complete myself. Because the longer I wait to complete myself...
Who's the rabbi that says enough that she raised that
One
case?
time, one guy went to Rav Arush. He was dating this girl. And he went to Rav Arush, true story. And he didn't think this girl he dated was attractive. For him, she wasn't attractive. So he went to Rav Arush, the Breslov of Rebbe. He said to him, I can't date this girl, I'm not attracted to her. Rav Arush, I'm not getting him in trouble over here. He whispered to the guy in the ear, "What's the problem? I haven't been attracted to my wife in the last 20 years." It's not the point of marriage. The point of marriage is to build a Jewish life. You understand? Okay, but said there, you'd be attracted. Everything is everything. Don't worry. You can make yourself attractive. Listen, between me and you, if we wouldn't watch all the shtiyot and see all the beautiful things, you think we would even know what's beauty? Beauty would be a woman, regular. It's because we're in our heads full of all the schmutz, so we keep on comparing it. Yes or no? You understand? Because what time has changed. For a Chinese person, Chinese woman is beautiful. Indian, shachor, what? Because that's what they see.
I'm saying standards change because of all the comparison.
Absolutely. So you always trying to look like this, dress like this, be like that. Also for a guy, he has to be like this, he has to be like that, he has to do this, do that. Back then, you had a house. You could, what was a house? House was not like today. You had to pay property tax. You had a prairie. You built a house with logs. You worked. You knew how to dig and grow something. That's it. You were a man. You provided for your family. What should Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai said? He disappeared from his house for 7 years, whatever the number was. Rabbi Chanina bin Chachinai, 12 years. One of the Asaragei Malchut. Just, if you want Hashem to change you, don't ask Hashem, send me this kind of woman. Say, Hashem, make me forget all the bad things I saw. That's how you have to say it. Yeah. And if you do that, your whole way is going to change. A guy who's learning in yeshiva all day, he goes out on the first date, he's already attracted to the girl. Why? All he sees is a book. She's the first girl. Let's do the Shira Chori already. Why? That's so easy. What's about? She wants to build a Torah life. I want to build a Torah life. She's not an angry, crazy person. Yalla, next. But we saw all the mishegas and all the this. We want mishegas. Yes or no? I'm not saying rocket science over here. Everybody knows this. It's common sense. And even though we learned the Pirkei Avot that says what is true love, what is not based, it's not based on anything, we still go for the love that's based on everything. But the Gemara says that Pirkei Avot says, Ezo ahava, what's ahava? She'inat tluya badavar. It's not based on anything. Because I love you, because of who you are. That love will last. We don't care about that. We want the love. It's because how she looks, how she dresses, what family. Just come on. You're lying to yourself. You need a shtifat moach, but not the shtifat moach. We have to read the opposite way. You got to read lishtofet moach. I'm saying you should daven for it. Imagine you give yourself a 1 month break from all your iPhone, iPad. Imagine you give yourself, what's 1 month? 1 month. I promise you, I'm saying it in a camera, I promise you, your perspective will change on everything. It's going to change you chick-chack. Because suddenly you feel like anything you'll see will already excite you. Why? Because you didn't see all the shmutz. And all the shmutz is fake. It's all the satanim. It's all satanim. We say it, yeah, but we don't believe it. We don't want to keep it. We don't want to keep what we say. Look at Yaakov Avinu. His papa and mama said, Yitzchak Avinu, Rivka Imenu, go to Lavan's house and get a wife. How she looks, where she comes from. You don't know. Torah says Yefat Torah, Yefat Mareh. How she looked.
You didn't know.
How he knew.
You knew Shabbat was
Why do you say that? It says she's Yefat Torah, Yefat Mareh.
He was very attracted to her.
He was very attracted to her.
Okay.
Why? Because he knew she was his bat zug.
Okay, but
Just the
we
idea
don't know
that he knew that she's his. What do you mean? You got on a date. Hashem put you in the same room as her.
So everyone you go on a date with, that she's the one?
Potentially.
Okay, but you just
Potentially.
Yeah, but Yaakov
If
knows.
you make it work. She's too skinny. Her face is like this. Her nose is like this. We're not Yaakov Avinu. That's the kasha. You're wrong. And you're right. You're right. You're not Yaakov, but you're you. Why are you pulling yourself down?
No, you just say Yaakov Avinu knew that she's the one. We don't know this. That's what we go on.
What do I mean that she's the one? What does that mean she's the one? When you go out on a date, do you truly believe that Hashem is mizaveg zivugim?
Yes.
So didn't Hashem give you her number, made her agree to go out with you? Didn't Hashem do that? If she says no to you, beseder, I understand. She said no, you tried your best, Laila tov. But if you're going out there and everything is working out and you say no, you have to ask yourself, maybe I was mifasfes my zivug. If it was mutual, it was mutual.
Even if you didn't feel attracted to her, you should say that. Maybe if
I'm telling you, attraction is all a game of how you build your brain. Yitzchak never saw Rivka. Avraham didn't see Sarah until they were like 90 years old.
My man didn't know who that woman was.
He didn't even know who that was. Yo, who she is. Yo, who she is. Who is she?
Who that?
He didn't see, for the love of God. Ataya dati. It's a Rashi. Ataya. Now I know you're... No, Rabbi Isa, open your brains for a second. Hey, we're not Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov. You just say it 3 times a day. Abraham, Yitzhak, Yaakov. Okay, you're not him. Moshe Rabbeinu. He saved Tzipporah from the well. Yitro gave her as a wife. Did he complain? Yalla. Next. Rabbi Yitzchak Kaduri was over 100 years old. He still got married. Just not to be alone. He doesn't want to miss his malchut. He wants his malchut. Baba Sali had 3 wives. I think 2 at the same time even he had. Because he was in the level of Yaakov, Le'ayin Rachel. So, Rabbi Yisrael, we have to understand, it's not a simple thing. Let's train our minds this year. Michael, let's train ourselves to rethink how to think. Let's train ourselves. Anyways, I was learning this past couple of days, we all have to admit that the Gemara says, Lo taturu acharei levavchem acharei. We talked about this today. That is an avera to have hirurim ra'im. Yes or no? It's an avera. Is it doraita or dorabanan, Gabriel?
According to the Shema Yisrael pasuk. Right.
According to the Shema Yisrael pasuk. Who wrote that pasuk?
Obviously Hashem.
Yud came up. Okay, through the Nevi'ut. To Hashem. Hashem told him, right? Lo taturu acharei levavchem acharei. You know what kind of chidush I wrote in my Sefer? What's Lo taturu acharei levavchem acharei nechem? What do you go him? That mitzvah is a deoraita. It's such a hard mitzvah to keep. But every time you keep it, it's like you just put on tefillin. You just didn't eat on Yom Kippur. Wow! You have a treasure in your hands. I want to ask you a question. Who's greater? Yosef HaTzadik that said no to Potiphar's wife, or a person who keeps Lo taturu acharei levavchem acharei nechem in New York City? Who's greater?
No.
Of course, New York City.
She only had him. In New York City, you just see it. She came to him and he ran away.
Everybody over here is telling you something.
You know why? Because you have
Open
Look
it.
how many women. There's a million women.
Open your
and there's
ears.
one woman. What's harder to reject?
Yeah, but they don't come to you though.
Doesn't matter.
You want them to come to you.
Yeah, that's true.
You know why? Because you don't keep Lo taturu acharei levavchem.
Wait, let me ask you.
It's a deoraita.
That's-
That means every time you do it, that's what I tell myself. And I'm not perfect. Every time you do it, it's I'm doing it. If I do it, I'm making my father very sad in Shammai. I'm making the Mizbeach cry. I'm making the Shekhinah dark. I'm causing Hashem to be sad on me. How can I do it? Then I go to Hashem and say, give me parnasa. How do I have a face to say such a thing to HaKadosh Baruch Hu? And I make him so sad every single day, 50,000 times a day. How can I do that? I'm telling you, today I gave myself in the first year the biggest musar. I said the biggest gossipers, Lashon Hara, are the news. And I'm in a news chat. I like to see the news, what's going on every day, a couple of times. I'm going to leave the chat today. Bezrat Hashem. It's gossiping. I'm leaving it. No. I'm doing it. I'm leaving the chat. I've been meaning to do it for a while already, but today, when I said it, the thought came into my head, I'm going to do it. If you don't kabel atzcha kabbalot, you're never going to change. But chayav lekabel atzcha kabbalot, like my rabbi told me when I got married. He told me, he said, I'm not coming to your wedding if you stop wearing jeans. If you don't stop wearing jeans. It was hard for me. I liked wearing it. I said, Chai, whatever, I'll do it. I was excited to get married. I took it upon myself. And I did, Baruch Hashem. Ben Porat Yosef, Ben Porat Ale'ai. That's just me. But you have to take upon yourself what? I think, take a month break from all the shtusim. Take a month break. See how your mind is going to change. I promise you, it's going to change like crazy. B'Shem Yudke Vavke. It's going to change like crazy. You're going to have a totally different mind frame. Go on a visual diet. Mamela, you cannot control what you do out there. Mamela. Okay, I give you that. I don't give you that, but I give you that. But at least what's in your power, control.
Can you put a block on your phone?
Huh? I have a block on my
No,
phone.
I'm saying, would that be okay?
A block? Yeah, of course. That's the first step. You know? Trust me, if I wasn't on the Lashem group chat, I would delete my whole WhatsApp.
No, but WhatsApp I use for a lot of good things, I'll be honest. It's not like other stuff. WhatsApp is...
If I give you a nice cake, but I put a little bit of number 2 in it, you can eat the cake? It's the most delicious cake made by the best French pastry makers in the world. Oh man, like this much. A little bit. I put a number 2 in. Are you gonna eat it?
No.
Just answers your question.
Okay, let me first start with Instagram, Facebook.
אם לא עכשיו,
And
מתי? אם אין אני לי, מה זה אני? If the malchut is not for me, me li. Then who is for me? How is the bina? We're gonna learn bina is called me. Then me cannot be for me. אם אין אני לי מי, כשאני לעצמי, and when אני is for me, מה אני? What's מה אני? מה is yesod. Then the yesod is for me. If I hold up the malchut, I'll get the yesod. If I was you, not you, I'm talking to people who are watching, and you're single, the next girl you go out with, she looks okay, she's alright, she's normal, she wants to build a Jewish family. You guys don't know how much Yisurim is waiting for you afterwards. You guys didn't even get your first foot wet.
oh, when you get married, you say?
First you have the wedding and the Mishchakei Kavod.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys have so much to look forward to. And then you know what it is to have a kid when you're 35, 36, Chas v'Shalom? It's Gehenom. To have a kid at 35 years old, to wake up, you're half a human being already with all the MSG that you've consumed and all the garbage that you've eaten. You're not a person that you used to be. So start now. Let's finish the pasuk.
Look for your malchus.
Mehem badin, the 7 rivers, which is the malchut, some of them have din. Mehem berachamim, some of them have rachamim. You just imagine people are watching Sharei Orah. What are they thinking when I do it to the camera? It's not to you guys, it's the guy who I'm looking straight. It's V'hainu dichtiv. And that's why it says ani. What's ani? I. Ani amit va'achayeh. I give life and I cause death. Machatzti, I press. V'ani erpa. And I give refuah shlema. That means all those midot, life, death, sickness, and health come from which midah? Malchut. Ani. What's ani Hashem says? Malchut. That means that women really have a lot of power because their shorish is from the malchut. They really have a lot of power. Mavet v'chayim b'yad halashon. By the way, they have a higher tolerance of pain than men.
For women, 100%.
Yeah.
Why is it give birth? What do you mean?
Not only that.
No, it's one of the reasons, no?
Kidney stones is also like giving birth.
Yeah,
Yes or
but
no?
what's
Chas v'shalom, you guys never go through such a thing in your life. Chas v'shalom. Okay, and 2 more psukim and we're done. Since this midah causes the nekam of Yisrael and fights their fights, he asta makat bechorot. It was this specific midah of Malchut that came down in Mitzrayim and killed all the firstborns. V'hotzia Yisrael b'koach tzedek ha'elyon, and took out Israel with our highest righteousness. And that's why she's also called Yovel. Yovel.
So that would also be sweeter.
Exactly. And what is the Shemitah year? The?
7.
And what's the Malchut? Be'er, Sheva, also Yovel. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen. Amen.